So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is your gracious co-host, Jay Stokes, joined by my other gracious co-host, Jay Random. What's up, Jay Random?
Chilling. What's going on with you, Jay Stokes? How's everything? How's your day?
Well, I can see you got your old mic back, and I still don't have my mic, so I'm speaking through my phone, and it sounds terrible. Yeah, I can tell the difference, definitely. For those of you out here who do not know, this is AVIOT, a.k.a. Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions. That's spelled K3MISTRY, a media education company. My day was going all right, Jay Random, but I think I just got my car towed, and I got to run to get it at some point pretty soon.
Yeah, I hear you on that. And the bugged out part is, wasn't I asking you today, yo, how's the car working out for you?
No, you are a demon. You are a demon in disguise, okay? You are a demon in disguise.
Man.
How you going to ask that? Listen, my car was fine. Then, how's your car doing? Then all of a sudden,
how's the car doing? My bad. I was just wondering how the car was doing.
Whatever. And how's your day going, man?
To tell you the truth, my day is good, man. I'm just real tired. Long day. Busy at work. And just trying to get my sleep in order because I have to get at least 7 hours of sleep. I've only been getting 3. So not doing too well.
That's not good. That's not good
not
at all.
Not at all.
Very important. Yeah, it's very important.
Very important. So, besides that, everything's good with me.
All right. Well, everybody who is listening, the title of this episode is Hello, October. We have an October baby in the house, Mr. Jay Random. I know your birthday is coming up at the end of the month, and are you excited or what?
Yo, I'm very excited. I'm about to be 40. I don't even feel 40. My body feels 40, but my mind isn't 40. So, I'm excited, going away with family. Well, your family and friends to celebrate, my birthday. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that's another reason why I'm like in a fog because I just want this day to come by real quick. The hell with the birthday. I just want to go to, can I say where we're going?
If you want, it's up to you, man.
True, it is my birthday. So, so we're going to Vegas. So I just can't wait to go to Vegas, have some fun, relax, chill. So, yes, October baby. Yes, Libra's in the house. So,
Libra's
I'm excited.
In the house. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, basically, if anybody out there has been following any of Chemistry Productions' social media, whether it be our Tumblr page, or our web blog at Tit for Tat. That's chemblog.wordpress.com. That's where you can find that at, k3mblog.wordpress.com. If you've been following any of that stuff, you would know that we are actually looking into and speaking on domestic violence this month. October is actually National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So every day we've been sharing a story of somebody who was affected by domestic violence, and today I actually wrote and put up a weblog post on domestic violence as it pertains to black women. I put that on the medium.com website, and I put that on our Tit for Tat weblog for Chemistry Productions. So, I thought it'd be good if Chemistry uses our platform to really speak on the issue because it's really, really tough. And both women and men go through domestic violence. They go through it with their different partners, and they should be recognized all the time, really. But if we choose to have a campaign for domestic violence every month, then it would defeat the purpose of this being a media education company. But still,
exactly.
It should be these stories should be recognized, and for everybody out there who's been affected by it or who's passed away because of domestic violence, our hearts are out there with you, and we will continue to honor you throughout the month of October.
Exactly.
With that being said, Jay Random, you have any interesting stories for us today? I know I usually lead, but it's been a rough day, especially with this car towing situation.
Cool. Well, sidebar. So this past Saturday, I went to go see Night School. So for those who don't know, Night School is that movie with Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, and it was a pretty good movie. You know, personally, I think Kevin Hart always, I just think Kevin Hart always sucks the life out of everybody around him, and he always overacts. So it's never. So he started annoying me. So
yeah, he
besides
does.
him,
He does oversell his part a lot. I had a friend tell me that it seems like Kevin Hart tries a little bit too hard. He just tries to oversell himself.
Exactly. So and that was a problem. I thought. You know, I felt like okay, Kevin, shut up, because somebody else, please get the spotlight. Besides that, very good movie. Definitely go see it. It was #1 in the box office this past weekend, so I can see why. It was pretty funny. You know, Tiffany Haddish, I really liked her in the movie. I liked her more than I like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart annoys me sometimes, so I got to be in the mood for Kevin Hart because everything is a script for him.
Yes, definitely. But you bringing up that school actually brings up a good point, and it definitely can lead into a very good topic here. So if you can remember comedian Cat Williams, he had some not so nice things to say about Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart not too long ago?
Yes, I remember that.
So he was basically saying something along the lines of both of them aren't really funny, and Tiffany Haddish, her character, she's just scripted, and anybody can act that funny if given a script. And there has been a debate about that with Tiffany Haddish amongst those who like different comedians. Some people have said she's not really funny, she just oversells herself, and she kind of perpetuates this ghetto stereotype of black women. And other people say, she's just being herself. I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on that? And that's not to degrade her or down her or anything, but I just wanted to know, what do you think?
So I personally think that she's not funny as far as a comedian. The sad part is I didn't know that she was a comedian for such a long time because I never heard of Tiffany. I never heard of Tiffany Haddish until Road Trip, or was it Girls Trip? Yeah, Girls Trip. So I never really heard of her until then, and I must admit she does oversell the ghetto stereotype, and that can become annoying after a while. But I must admit, this in this particular movie, it didn't come out as much because she was a teacher. So but at some points it did, but it wasn't as bad like her new movie that she's coming out with Amari. I don't know his last name. I don't want to say Sedgwick, but Amari, the guy who plays on Power, the lead guy from Power. There's a movie coming out.
Coming out together?
Yes. The cast is Amari Hardwick. Okay. Amari Hardwick. Okay, Amari Hardwick. And Whoopi Goldberg also plays the mother in that movie. So it's a movie coming out pretty soon. Probably in October. Well, sorry, we're in October, so it has to be November. But I think in that particular movie, she plays the character who just got out of jail. So you can imagine how annoying that's going to be. So with that being said, So personally, I do believe Cat Williams to a point. I agree with him to a point. Because I seen her do stand up, and I gave her probably 10 minutes, and I was done. I didn't find it funny. It was basically watching her from Girls Trip doing a comedy show. She did her stick. Okay. Oh, she did it. Oh, she or whatever the hell she does.
Yeah.
That crazy stuff. Yeah. So personally, I don't think she's funny.
So this movie, it came out on Saturday?
No, it came out Friday.
Okay. So, that was still in September. Well, that's good because it kind of fits with it fits with the theme of this episode. So, hello October. We're just talking about like certain new discoveries, notable revelations, and some things that happened going into October. So that movie is #1 in the box office, and it's going to be carrying on throughout the month of October. Another thing that's going to be carrying on throughout this month is the infamous the now infamous Brett Kavanaugh case with the Supreme Court. And we've been touching on this. Yeah, that was a great segue, wasn't it? Great segue.
Yeah,
so we've been touching on this throughout not many weeks, but just a couple of weeks we've been touching on this, how Brett Kavanaugh has been accused of sexual assault in the past and having these drunken nights where he's been doing a lot of crazy things. One thing that somebody brought to my attention, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, they were saying that, well, okay, this is a two-parter right here. So I was talking to two people about this. One person had actually said that people should stop being held accountable for the things they did as teenagers if they are no longer that person. But then another person said the only way that would work in this case with Brett Kavanaugh is if he admitted to doing crazy stuff. Then people wouldn't be able to really hold that against him because he would admit it and be remorseful. So I wanted to know, what are your thoughts on those 2 points?
I will tell you the truth. I agree with both. Meaning,
okay.
I know I can only pick one. So,
no. You can pick both. I can
pick both.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because they're both combined together.
Yeah, well, I do agree with the first person who said, what we did when we were younger, we shouldn't be held accountable for that now if we're not that same person. Because, growing up, I think a lot of kids do dumb things that sometimes it takes them to live that actual life or that experience to realize it wasn't right, and some of them get scared straight and they change, for the better. And then in the same token, you have some kids that do dumb things as a child and grow up doing the same old dumb stuff. So, right. I'm all for, if you did what you did when you were in high school, you learned from your mistake, and you're not that same person now, then I'm okay with not having your past dictate who you are now. But I also agree but admit it. That's the key. You have to admit you're wrong. If you never admit you're wrong, then you never will realize you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion.
Right.
Why?
Okay.
What's yours?
No. I believe that when it comes to past behaviors, as long as you did not rape somebody or murder somebody, then you should be absolved from wrongdoings. Because there is a limit to certain things. Like, obviously, if you were a pedophile in the past, no, I think you have an issue. If you raped somebody in the past, you have an issue. If you murdered somebody in the past, you should be in jail. Shoot, if you raped or inappropriately touched a kid, you should be in jail. So, okay. So there's levels to it. Obviously, there's levels to it. So it's like, if you have sex with a minor, yeah, you should be in jail. If you fondled a minor, you should be in jail, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's levels to it. But when it comes to, and this is not to take away from the victim, who has been very adamant in saying that Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her. But if you messed around with girls and you made a girl or a woman afraid, that is a terrible thing. But if you've changed and you're remorseful if you're remorseful for doing that, and you've changed, mm-hmm. and you've tried to be a positive influence, then mm-hmm. I do not believe you should really be held accountable. Well, you should be held accountable, but that shouldn't be a stain that negatively impacts you for the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
So it's like, cause, and the reason why I tread lightly on that is because this woman, Christine, I think her name, Christine, is her last name Judge? That's what her last name is?
I think
Christine, so. No, Ford. Christine Blasey
Wait,
Ford.
which one?
I don't know where I got Judge for. The one that testified. The one that testified at the hearing, at the Senate hearing.
Oh, okay. Because there's 3 women, so that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, Christine Blasey Ford. I don't know where I got judged from. Probably I'm thinking about the Senate and all this stuff. But she was traumatized by this event. She had to go to therapy, right? And Brett lived the rest of his life, and he probably was fine, right? So let's say Brett was on a straight and narrow, and he decided to turn his life over and do good and help women out, and he was remorseful. Do you think he should be forgiven for traumatizing a girl like that?
Say that last part again. Sorry.
Do
I believe that he should be
forgiven? If he was remorseful, he apologized, and he dedicated his life to doing good for people, even though he traumatized her. You still think that he should be forgiven?
Forgiven as far as what? Meaning, do I think he should be nominated because he admitted? And I mean, I'm sorry, because he admitted guilt, and now he's dedicating his life to.
Right.
That's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah,
because
like,
I don't want to offend anyone.
Right.
I don't want to offend anyone. But hey, listen. Let's see if our listeners want to join in on this. Our number to dial. The number to dial is 646. 668-8398. Once again, 646-668-8398. Personally, I believe that that's tough because I know I'm going to offend someone when I give my answer. But I feel like if you admit to it and you're truly sorry for what you've done, and if you never known until she actually came, until she actually brought this to light, then I believe that he should be given a second chance. Now, once again, if this is something that he knew he did, but it seems like he's a serial offender. But if he knew what he did to her and knew how she felt, and somehow we can find that out, then no. Sorry, you're only sorry you got caught, I believe.
Right,
so I guess it all depends on the actual situation, meaning sidebar, and then I come back to this. So I was telling you that I was watching a show, Vice News.
Jay Random. Random
exactly.
in effect right now. Jay Random.
But check this out. But it's all going to make sense and come back around. So I was telling you that they're trying to do this new therapy when they're trying to get the person who was raped to confront the person who raped him or her.
Yeah.
So I say all that to say about Kavanaugh is that the guy who raped the female, they used to be best friends, and he never knew that what they did was considered rape. Because when it happened, she left the school, she left her friends. So it's not till later on he started getting wind of, wow, something's not right. Why? They just lost touch. So, I mean, but once again, it's kind of
how can you not know you raped?
Because they both were high. They were on edibles, and
so wait. So is that really rape then?
Well, this is the thing. So they both were high on edibles. They were roommates, so they went into their separate room, and later on, they had sex, but she couldn't really remember it. He couldn't really remember it because they were high. But I guess as she started to relive, she started getting flashbacks of him on top of her, but she wasn't really saying no. So it was like kind of one of those gray lines. But hey, listen, if she felt she was raped, I'm not touching that. Okay. So with that being said,
oh wow, okay.
At first, he did was rape because they both were high. That's why I always tell people, be careful who you hang out with. Number one. And never
if you're
ever have
inebriated or under the influence.
Calm down. It's not worth it. Wait till the next day. So I say all that to say, once again, with Kavanaugh, that if he never knew that this is how she felt, then I think he deserves a second chance. But if he does, but if he did know, which I think he probably did, because I mean, the man writes down everything on that calendar. So for his sake, I think he probably knew. And once again, it's too many people coming out now. So that's why I say that if he didn't know, then give him a second chance. If he did know, then yeah, no second chance. Let's nominate someone else. But my biggest problem I have is that our president is mocking the rape victim, and I think that is so immature and not right. And I think that alone, Kavanaugh should not be confirmed. That alone, nope. Start all over, because I think that's so immature and not right. And I am tired of him getting away with silly stuff. I want to curse, silly stuff. And no one's calling him out. No one's saying anything. I mean, it's annoying. How can you? When is it cool to mock a rape victim? When is it cool?
Yeah, never.
It's never cool. That's why I tread lightly on all of my answers. Because I have to take into account for someone else's feelings. So
Right. I totally get you. It's funny you mentioned second chances, because one person who a lot of people have given second chances to, especially because he's been a great musician over the years, or so people claim, is Kanye West. So recently he was on SNL, and he made a comment about the 13th Amendment, saying how it should be taken away. And then later on, he clarified via his social media and via interviews, saying that he meant the part about the 13th Amendment. Okay, so for those of you who don't know out there, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, except for when someone is put in prison or jail. So it's like you still have to serve when you are put in prison or jail. There's obviously other aspects of it, but that's just the short rundown of it. But Kanye West later clarified and said, nah, he just didn't want criminals to be do labor or have to be forced to do something. But Kanye has a history, as of late, off emotion and not really thinking it all the way through. And a lot of people are really up in the air about giving him a second chance regarding his thoughts. And it's getting to a point right now where people are just doing it because they're fans of him as a musician in the past. But if he wasn't as great of a musician as people claim, then I believe everybody would cancel him. Like, nobody would be thinking about him. What are your thoughts on this topic?
I agree. Look at R. Kelly. When R. Kelly was hot, Step in the Name of Love, and In the Closet, people were loving him. Now R. Kelly is trash. Like, his music is horrible. Now everybody talking about Me Too. Next. So
right.
I think, because personally, I think Kanye music is real, I don't want to call it demonic, but it's real ignorant. It's real stupid. It's not the Kanye that we grew to love. It's not the Kanye that, every time he raps, you sit back and listen to him and listen to how he lay down tracks. This is not the same Kanye. This is somebody that's in the sunken place, and he doesn't realize he's in the sunken place. And I also believe that everything Kanye said, people are going to take out of context anyway. So with that being said, he probably shouldn't even say anything. He probably should just stick to rapping and calling it a day, because regardless of what he says, somebody's going to read between the lines. Because him saying
But even when you're talking about like his rapping, you said he's doing demonic rapping right now. Like, can you give an example? And what do you mean by that?
Well, not really demonic rapping, but it's ignorant. Like he got this song called "You're Such a Effing Hoe." I love it. Like, in the first few lines is he's talking about what he likes his woman to do to him, and it's like, come on. But the unedited version is bad. It's like, I like my all the bleep 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 before you even get to like a real word. And then he also has a song called Ecstasy when he's talking about relieving himself by looking at pictures of his sisters-in-law. So it's just like, dude, this is not cool. You know, this is disgusting. This is I'm uneasy. I'm uncomfortable. You know, so demonic's probably the wrong word, but this is not the Kanye that I grew to love. This is not the Kanye that I used to respect. Now he's just a joke. So that's why I said every time he says something, it's going to be taken out of context because he's known for saying dumb stuff. You know, like ever since he said, I don't know, about Rosa Parks is not relevant or slavery was a choice. When he said those two things and a whole lot more stuff, people were like, what the heck is his problem? So that's why I said, you know, for him to say, what was his, do you know the exact quote for the most recent thing? Because he also went on a rant about how people in SNL bullied him to not wear the MAGA hat. The MAGA? Was MAGA? Yeah, MAGA.
Make America Great Again. Yeah, Make America Great Again. Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I feel for him because he's going to be OJ in a minute. You know, and not too many people are OJ, meaning not too many people that can never ever be welcome into Wakanda again. It's not a lot of people that we actually shunning and getting rid of. I mean, listen, R. Kelly is a bastard, a pedophile, but we didn't really get rid of him yet, you know. But OJ can never come back over, and Kanye about to get the same treatment in a minute if he doesn't calm down. And you know, then he's talking about he want to do a Watch the Throne 2. Jay-Z
Wait,
touching that.
Jay Random, we have a phone call. We have a phone call.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Yes, sir. So let's hear who this is. All right. So, caller, you are on. Hello.
Hey, fellas. David from Pittsburgh. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, no problem. How you doing today?
Well, you know, I'm listening to Kavanaugh, and you guys are talking about forgiveness. You know, that's a concept that in a lot of ways is far beyond American politics, or any politics for that matter. And you have to ask yourself, you know, insofar as all that goes, is there room for forgiveness in politics? Think about it personally. There's one thing to say, the first doesn't matter, but the second one is, I never tell anybody forgive. You know why? Because forgiving is by far the hardest thing any one person may have to do in their life. And they can only come to themselves. Now, given these hearings, there's really no way to know what really happened, what's really going on. We're not getting the information. We know what we heard, and for one way or another, we lean towards one way. Some believe, some stringently object. And so, as far as Kavanaugh is concerned, forgiveness is almost beyond the point. He won't even admit anything happened. And
I hear you.
So, it leaves you at a big dead end. So, the first question I want to hear you guys perhaps talk about when I hang up is, one, is there room for forgiveness in American politics? And two, and this one is interesting, and I think Mr. Stokes will probably have a good grip on this, just knowing about his personality and the work he has done on YouTube and whatnot. Going back to 1991, in a very similar situation with the hearings regarding Justice Clarence Thomas and his accuser, Anita Hill. And, dynamite as it is, how does that shine on today? How has the situation changed? And he got confirmed. There's a chance Kavanaugh might not beat it now, especially when you consider the realities of midterm elections and swing vote senators that are also very, very much on the grill because they're fighting tough midterm elections. But the two questions I have for you guys when I hang up and listen is there room for forgiveness in American politics? And two, how do you think the nation has changed since what happened to Clarence Thomas in 1991 with Anita Hill compared to today? Thanks for taking my calls, guys. Wonderful show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so
yeah.
yeah, that's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one is definitely, is there room for forgiveness in American politics? I want you to tackle it first. I have thoughts on this, but I just want you to tackle it first.
Well, personally, I do believe that there is room for forgiveness in American politics. I think about the first person to come to mind. I know it's apples and oranges, but the mayor in D.C. Was it D.C.? Marion Barry?
I believe he's
D.C.,
D.C.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
I
So
hope so.
I mean,
let me look it up.
No. I know. Fact check, but I'm pretty sure it was. So that's the first person that came to mind. And I look at it like they actually caught him on tape smoking crack, and he was found guilty, went to jail, came back, was mayor again. So I think as long as you admit to your wrong and apologize and be sincere in your apology, then I think there is room for forgiveness in American politics.
Okay. I really like your response. What I was going to say was it depends. And this is what I mean by that. It depends on the person's affiliations. So, yes, they can be apologetic and they can say this and that, but if they belong to a polarizing affiliation, for example, Brett Kavanaugh, he could have been as apologetic as he wanted to be, but because he's attached to a polarizing figure, and that's President Donald Trump, I believe that people would still not buy it. I really think it depends on who you are attached to. That's what I truly believe by that. So
okay.
But I do like what you're saying too, and I argue that also goes with affiliations. Marion Barry, he was a black mayor in D.C. D.C. back then, it's not the same right now, I can tell you, but D.C. back then was very heavily populated by black individuals. So obviously they're going to feel like, oh, we need to be affiliated with this guy, we need to side with this guy, and he hasn't really done anything that bad. So and he didn't seem like he was against the community, so they're going to side with him and they're going to forgive him for what he did, which was use drugs. So that's
real quick, sidebar too.
Yeah, what's up?
Sidebar too.
What's up?
And another example of forgiveness is I live in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So our mayor back in the days, Gannon, was accused of I don't want to put out false information, but he was accused and found guilty of, had something to do with money. So I don't want to say money laundering, but to make a long story short, he did his time, came out of jail, and guess what? Bridgeport elected him again. So, and the same thing, so it's like, what? And the same thing happened to our governor in Connecticut. Oh man, I forgot his name. I have his face in my vision, but I can't remember his name. But it was our governor in Connecticut. He was found guilty of that, once again, greed. So it has something to do with money. Got out of jail.
Is this the recent governor?
No,
or no?
It's not no. It's not the recent governor. But this is the bad part. So he got out of jail, right? Mm-hmm. They elect him to be a governor again. He gets in trouble again. So now when he gets out, believe me, I don't think they're going to give him a second chance. So once again, I guess it all depends on how – you're right. It all depends on your demographic. If it's a blue state, red state, then it determines, who's going to vote you back in, and if your apology is sincere. Now, the second question, which was really good,
Wait, hold up. So is the guy's
What's
name
up?
John Rowland? Was the guy named
Yes,
John Rowland?
thank you. Yes,
okay.
John
okay.
Rowland.
Just making sure.
Yes,
All
John
right.
Rowland.
Keep
No,
going,
great. Thank you. No,
problem.
and to answer the caller's second question. By the way, did you get his name? Because it kept on going in and out, which I was like, come on, Blog Talk.
Yeah. I know, Blog Talk.
He was saying something very good, but I'm like, Blog Talk, what is going on? So I'm hoping.
It was muffled. It was muffled at times. Like at times I heard some of the things he was saying, but then at other times it was kind of muffled. But I did hear, I think it was David from Pittsburgh. I think that was his name.
Okay, cool.
Very
so
intuitive,
David,
very intuitive guy.
Yes.
Very intuitive guy.
Yes. And also, David, to answer your second question. So you asked us also. So with the Anita Hill case back in 1991, I think it was, Jay Stokes.
Yes. I
so 91, 92. No problem. Hey, listen. It is what it is, right? As long as we get the facts right before we end. He asked us, so how do we think? No, so does he think anything changed from that hearing to now, right? So I think you and I spoke about this. What happened?
Can I jump in on this one?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, go in. Yes.
First off, it was 1991, and secondly, I feel like playing the clip that I played last week.
Why is that?
Remember that clip? Because
which one?
I want to say, yeah, the race of the women changed. That's what changed.
Yeah.
Anita Hill is a black woman, and I argued last week after I was very apologetic for how I delivered my message in the previous episode. I argued that when you factor race into it, certain voices are going to be heard more than others. Anita Hill being a black woman, as Malcolm X said, the late Malcolm X said, they are the most disrespected women in America, and that, I believe, is so true. Like I was talking about in the beginning of this episode about domestic violence in general. Black women actually have, I think, a 35% higher chance of experiencing domestic violence than any other group of women in the country.
Jay Stokes,
All
real
right?
quick.
What's up?
Real quick, Jay Stokes. Let's answer his question, then we could go on to that because I feel like we're going down this hole. So you want to answer, or do you want me to answer it?
All right, you've been more eloquent this episode than me, so go ahead.
All right. No, only thing I wanted to say was I feel that to be honest with you and to David, I feel that the Republicans, they already have it in their mind that they want Kavanaugh, so they're going to vote. Confirm Kavanaugh. I think it's sad because just like in 91, the Republicans, or not even Republicans, the ones that were in power, which were Republicans, they had it in their mind that regardless of what Anita Hill said, they wanted Clarence Thomas in as a Supreme Justice. And I feel that's the same thing with Kavanaugh. The only difference is the Me Too movement is here now. It wasn't there back in 91.
Good point.
So,
good point.
First of all, I'd like to apologize because 2 shows ago I said, where's the Me Too movement? And they must have heard because all of a sudden I see them all the time now. So I'd like to apologize. You guys, I'm sorry, you women were working. I just didn't see it.
No,
so,
and guys are part of the Me Too movement also. What are you talking about?
I apologize. So with that being said, I think the only difference now between 91 and now is that the Me Too movement is a strong force. I think they will stir the pot and try to make sure that Kavanaugh is not confirmed. So I think that's the only difference, the Me Too movement. Because if it wasn't for the Me Too, what's up?
I personally still do not believe. I really believe that if this was a black woman or a Hispanic woman, especially a Hispanic woman, oh man, coming up and making these like a dark Hispanic woman, making up these accusations at this time, I think the woman would be canceled so fast. Like people be like, whatever. But I think that because of the race of Miss Ford, I hope I get the names right this time, Christine. because of the race of these accusers, I really think that they're being taken more seriously. Because the Me Too movement, it has erased black women, and there's a lot of articles on this. I wrote a piece on this before. So it's a thing, man. It's really a thing.
No, I agree. It's a thing. But and I do agree with you. But to play devil's but to play devil's advocate, we can only assume because we don't see another race in the situation at this time. So right about now, we can only assume. But with that being said, I do believe that if it was a black woman, I don't know. Once again, we're just assuming. But so I'm only going with the facts now, and the facts is basically I believe that because of the Me Too movement, things will at least stall. And David did say, what's up?
But oh no, finish your thing about David, and then I'll jump in.
David did say it's a lot of swing voters and a lot of seats up for a re-election. So I think they will also remember that if they vote in the wrong will lose a seat. And a lot of these people have been in Congress for 50 years, 50 years.
You're right.
What else? So what else do they have to offer to anyone, let alone themselves? They get a nice check, nice perks. They don't want to really work. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But leave it to the staunch hard Republicans. Kavanaugh's being elected. I'm sorry, he's being confirmed by Friday. But those are the ones that's probably their seats are not their seats are not up for grabs. So that's also something to pay attention to.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say was when we're talking about the Me Too movement, I have a good example of a black woman where a black woman was not served by the Me Too movement. Remember, there was an incident in a Waffle House where a black woman was beat up by a white cop. Remember? And
he basically stripped her.
He basically stripped her, and I'm just like, where was the Me Too? It was at an Alabama Waffle House, and it's like, where was the Me Too movement there? Because it doesn't matter what she did, the cops should not have manhandled her like that.
I agree, and my thing is this: the Me Too movement needs to have a disclaimer of what they will and what they will not support, because I think if they do that, then a lot of people won't question them. And what I mean by that is I never seen the Me Too movement go after anyone being harassed by cops. The problem is are so with that being said, it's more of entertainment. It seems like they're more geared towards the entertainment. Good which point. Isn't right, but but that's limiting their self. So I think as long as they can actually get more press for the cause, they're there for it. And it seems like it's more entertainment because a lot of people that the Me Too movement has taken down, I don't know them. I haven't heard of them being common folks. So once again, sidebar number to call 646-668-8398. So did you ever answer the question?
Thank you. Yeah, I did. And thank you to David, man. That's our first caller since day one.
Yes. And I'm glad to see people are listening.
Yeah, dude.
And
I'm
David,
telling you, at the end of the year, we are going to do like a reel of our best highlights, and we're going to throw that first caller in there on that reel because that was hilarious.
Yeah, and David, thank you so much for listening to the show. And I hope I hope that we both answered your question. Call back anytime. We're live every Wednesday at 8:00, and the only time we will not be live is October 17th because I'll be in Vegas. But
Yeah, that'll be a pre-recorded. That'll be a pre-recorded show right there. Nah, that's gonna be a pre-recorded show.
But we're here live every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. We need to do more days. We definitely got to do more days. But it's funny. Okay, so I bring up the Waffle House incident, and it is October. It is the autumn season, and during this time, people are making their pumpkin spice lattes. They're making their nice autumn drinks and autumn foods, which are the best to me. But another restaurant chain that I just wanted to bring up was Starbucks. Are we still boycotting Starbucks or what? Like, is that not a thing anymore? Because Starbucks, man, like during autumn and during winter, like that's their season. So what's good, man? I just want to know what is good.
You know, to be honest, I'm sorry. I didn't even know we were boycotting them.
Yeah.
When did that memo go out? Listen, was my phone busy at the time when that memo went out? Because I don't remember that at all.
Yo.
So with that being said, yeah, I don't remember boycotting them. You know, we need to boycott Dunkin' Donuts. Nasty.
Why we boycott Dunkin'
Donuts?
Nasty
Stuff. Their stuff sucks. You know, it sucks.
Yo,
and let me tell you, one time, tell you why we need to boycott them too. We need to boycott the one in Bridgeport on Mitten. I was messing around. Dude, one time I went there. Sidebar, Jay Random.
Yeah.
I went to Dunkin'.
We need a button for you or something like that.
Yeah, we do. Dude, why I went to a Dunkin' Donuts about 3 months ago, right down the street from my house, and I ordered some food, and the lady in the back, she had gloves on, and some hash browns fell, right? Son, why she scoop the hash browns up with that glove and then try to make everybody else sandwich? I was like, yo, son,
they found
y'all got
they found the floor?
On the floor. They fell on the floor, man. I'm like, yo, y'all run out of gloves? Like, that's nasty. Like, I don't want that. You know, mess around, have some dust and some hair on my damn egg and cheese sandwich. Nobody got time for that.
Oh my God.
We need to boycott. We need to boycott nasty employees at Dunkin' Donuts. But no, seriously, I didn't know. I didn't know that we were boycotting Starbucks. I don't even like Starbucks, so I guess my dollar does not count. Only time I go to Starbucks is. But you know the funny thing is? Now this is the funny thing.
What's up?
I don't like Starbucks, but my favorite tea, Teavana, is made or sold at Starbucks. So
oh wow,
I didn't know. Yeah, I love Teavana too. That is a good.
SOL, man.
Yeah, man. But you know, Teavana closing the mall, so there you go. I don't have to make the effort to go order it online because then that's too much work. Nope. I go back to my Lipton tea. My mango, what's it called? My mango, what is it? My mango something. Oh, so good. I put it in that hot water. So no, do not recall, never remember boycotting Starbucks. Then I never go to Starbucks. Well,
their prices are just kind of steep, man. They prices are really steep, and they give you like the bare minimum. It'd be like $15 for a cup. I'm just like, really?
Yeah, you know what?
Really?
You're right. You know the funny thing is, only time I go to Starbucks is when I'm on a company trip because I'm not paying for any of the food. So that's the only time I probably go to Starbucks and get a darn macchiato or an egg and cheese sandwich and throw out the ham. No, don't put the ham. Charge me for the ham, but throw it out because I ain't paying for it. So that's probably the only time I really go to Starbucks if I do go. Besides that, no. Don't go to Starbucks. The prices are too high, and the coffee always tastes burnt. So, no, it's not worth it.
Okay. Also, with it being the month of October, got a lot of people feeling some type of way. A seasonal affective disorder is in the air. It's going to start getting darker a lot faster, and people are going to start being more depressed. And just a little bit of advice for everybody out there. Just remember, the summer is going to come back. So this is only a little short stint in time, and I guess it's kind of difficult. Yeah, it happens every year, and it's weird of me saying this because I actually like the dark. I love the dark because my thing is like I think of the stars and the moon and the outer space. Like I love looking up in the sky. That's if you don't live in a big time city. Yes, people, there are stars in that black abyss in the sky. Okay, so it's very nice to see that, and just to see like the bright lights that people have, like lit up buildings. It's very calming.
No, it is. It is. It is. I personally like when it gets dark sooner. The only problem is I get tired sooner. Like I'm normally catching myself and noticing that when I come home, all I want to do is lay on my couch and take a nap, and that's bad because I want to take a nap at 6 o'clock. It's like, what? You take a nap at 6 o'clock, you mess up your whole sleep. But I gotta do my nap. But I'm not depressed. I just find myself to be more sleepy, and I think it's probably because it's darker. So my mind is saying, "Hey, it's dark. Hey, what are you doing? Just take a nap. It's okay." No, that's the only effect I have. I think I feel sorry for kids though who have to be in the house before dark because come November you're gonna be in the house at 5 o'clock every day because November 2nd is daylight savings.
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
but
keep that in mind.
Man, I feel some type of way about kids nowadays because it's like when it comes to Halloween, it's not like it used to be before. Like now, I feel like there's a heightened fear of like pedophiles and people that are going to kidnap your kids. Whereas before, it's like we used to be able to go trick or treating and we didn't really have that big of an issue.
No, I agree. I think I don't want to say people are not being kidnapped anymore, but I don't think that's really a thing. I think majority of times is now worrying about people putting razors and needles in your kids' candy and doing foul things to the candy. Yeah, I think that's more of a. No, they are, and I think that's more of a fear of parents. Every year you hear a story. It doesn't have to be a lot of stories, but you hear a story of parents finding razors in their kids' candy, and sometimes they find it once the kid bit into it. So I know a lot of schools around the area, not even Bridgeport, like in New Fairfield and Trumbull, they do trunk or treat. So basically what it is all the kids, basically the parents, they all buy a bunch of candy, and they basically do trick-or-treating out of their trunks. So the kids, they're just walking around and basically, go to each person's car, and they get the candy out of the trunk. So it's called trick-or-trunk. The only problem with that is kids, they would never experience the real trick-or-treating. Like you said, where you could go miles away from your house and come back in one piece. Can't do that now. You got, there's a lot of crazy people driving because of cell phones. A lot of people aren't paying attention, and a lot of people are getting hit nowadays. And I mean a lot of people. Like I read an article, a 9-year-old girl got hit. I don't know if it was today, but it was sometime this week, crossing the street on her way to school. So a lot of people are distracted now. And Halloween comes around the time when it's already dark around 5. So people are distracted when the sun is out. Imagine how bad it is when the sun is down.
Yeah,
that's why
I agree.
Everybody. That's why I tell everybody, seriously, even I do it sometimes and I catch myself. It's seriously that there's a app that will tell people. As a matter of fact, I get it from you sometimes too when you're driving. You're probably not even driving, you're probably the passenger. But I get an email saying, "Listen, I'm driving, I'll call you back." Do that.
Right.
Because that text is not that important, especially if you never get to finish reading the text.
Right.
So so I think that's a lot of. So I think that's a lot of. I think that's why a lot of parents fear trick or treating now. It's not because of. It could be because your kid, can't get kidnapped, but I think also just the hateful and nasty things that people do to the candies. So
that's true. Yo, you actually put my mind on something, if I may, real fast. So you mentioned something about not being like so into your text, and it just reminded me of how people are prisoners to their phones. And there was a situation where I was in a movie theater and somebody was just like texting the entire movie. I'm like, why did you come to the theater if you're going to text the entire movie? And because the screen was just like bright in my face, And I say all this to say that we have a quick commercial break. We have a quick commercial break for our segment on YouTube called Ruining Your Faves. Yo, I am killing it with these segues today. So there's a segment on the Chemistry Productions YouTube channel called Ruining Your Faves. So Chemistry Productions, that's spelled K3MISTRY. And you should definitely check it out. We're going to play a quick commercial for you right now, and then we'll tune in for the last 3 minutes of the show.
Are you a fan of certain trends happening in media today? Do you enjoy popular music, television shows, movies, social networking? Well, in that case, this ad is definitely for you. Chemistry Productions has a segment on its YouTube channel called Ruining Your Faves. There, we look at popular media and we break it down. We look at it on an academic, scholarly level. So if you have a song that you like that's on the Billboard Hot 100, we're going to ruin it. But seriously, definitely check us out, and we're sure to educate and entertain you at the same time. That's K3MISTRY Productions. Check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, Jay, you know I had to plug that real quick. I had to.
Yeah.
I had to.
No doubt.
I mean, this is a business. This is a business at the end of the day.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, but I actually like what we're doing in terms of this domestic violence awareness thing. I mean, the stories are really sad that I come across and that I'm writing about, but I like the fact that we're using our chemistry platform and we're really promoting something and trying to push it in the media. I really think that we should keep doing this.
Jay Stokes, pause.
Different months. What's up?
Pause, real quick. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you answer David Call or did I answer David Call? There's a reason why I'm asking this question. No,
yeah,
like did you make him go live or did I make him go live? Okay. Guess what?
Let him on.
Okay, so I say all this to say, and then you can go back to what you're saying. It's your connection. We could talk more about it. I just realized something. It's your connection. We'll talk more. Yeah, it's your connection. You know why? Because you were talking, you sounded like David for a minute. I said, yes. It all depends on who answered the calls. So it's just note the stuff. I'm sorry to be so random, but I think I'm saying to myself, if I didn't say this now, then we'll talk about something totally different and not really pay attention to some of our mishaps on live. I mean, on air live. So continue. 2 minutes left. Sorry. Go. We'll talk.
So here we are. Here we are getting on Blog Talk, and it might just be us. Oh Lord. And so,
yes, it might be just.
we and then next week we would like to issue another apology. Last week it was Me Too movement. This week it's Blog Talk.
This week is Blog Talk.
So I was saying we should definitely try and keep doing these like campaigns or these different awareness month type things in different months. So we should. I think that'd be really cool because we are doing domestic violence this month, and we could pick like another topic in media and just like really hone in on it for next month and just keep going like that. And it could definitely bring some awareness to some main big time issues. That's why it crossed my mind.
I agree. No, I agree. We should definitely look into it. Just as long as it doesn't affect, or overwhelm what we're doing with the show and what you're doing with the, what's it called, fave? I don't want to say the wrong. You know me.
Ruining your fave. You can't get anything
ruin your fave. Right, not at all. No.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Word.
I'm making you a button. I'm making you a button next week. I'm making a button just
random.
for you.
Random.
I'm gonna figure out this car towing situation. I'm so irritated about that. That's gonna be on my mind when the show's over.
Yeah, for me, what's gonna be on my mind is schoolwork. As soon as we hang up, I'm going back to school. Like literally turning on my laptop and knocking out some stuff. So hey, listen, everybody. Yeah, man. 3 more classes. Hey, so once again, our number to call 646-668-8398. Please, people, put that in your phone. Keep it in memory. Give us a call. We're live every Wednesday. Next week we'll be here Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Jay Stokes, I love the show. You got anything to say? Peace, everybody. See y'all next